Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm going to introduce myself to you, and this is going to be like my first proper video on here. I'm going to be talking to you about all things travel and anything to do with travelling with kids, travelling alone, how to find good deals, and how it can be done in different circumstances. So I'm just going to start obviously with telling you who I am, a little bit about me, and why I want to share this journey with you guys. So I'm Leanne. I am a mum of two. I've got one boy, one girl. I've been travelling with them for at least 18 years. My eldest is 22, and my second child is 10. So he's known travel his whole life. We first just started really with a typical holiday. I've never, as a single parent, working part time, also studying at uni, all those years ago, it was pretty hard. Like, going on a holiday wasn't the first thing on my mind. But yeah, I got asked to go on holiday with my friend. I can actually still remember the conversation and how it went. So she called me and she was like, "Oh," she was like, "You got any money, Leanne?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How much do you need? Like, what do you want to borrow?" And she was like, "No, no." She was like, "Have you got money?" So I was like, "You have to tell me like how much you need." She was like, "Have you got £500?" And I was like, "What? Like, what does she need £500 for? Like, what have you done?" Um, and she was like, "I'm booking us a holiday," and their travel agent said if I leave it any longer, the price is going to go up. So it was £500 for the two of us with our two kids for 5 days to Magaluf. Um, you can't really get much better than that. I don't think it wasn't all inclusive. I think it was like breakfast included, and then like self catering for the rest of it. So it's a family holiday. Never been to Magaluf before, so when she said that, it didn't really strike me as anything out of the ordinary. I was like, yeah, I've got enough. I mean, it was my rent money, um, but I knew I would make it back, cover it for the next month. So I put the deposit down, paid for a holiday, and it was my first time travelling alone with my daughter, and she was 2.5 at the time, so still quite young. I don't like terrified of heights and haven't been on a plane from what I can remember. Um, I might have gone as a child, but I have never, to that point, to my knowledge, been on a plane. So yeah, it was quite terrifying and exciting all at the same time. But as you can imagine, the circumstances, like taking a break, going somewhere sunny, doing something, with my friend, and the kids would have each other to play with. So yeah, we took that holiday. It worked out really, really well. It was a lovely, lovely family oriented hotel, regardless of where it was, because obviously now when you say Magaluf, I know what that means. But yeah, it was a family hotel and it was really, really nice. I had a really, really great time. I actually made a friend over there, connected with someone. So that was really nice. Who happened to be from London, and it kind of just gave me the travel bug after that. I got really excited to like do more, but obviously I knew that was a one-off. Like, as a single parent, especially as a student, I didn't just have money to pop off all over the place. So yeah, I had to think of ways to be able to travel more places with my daughter, um, even after that horrendous first time of being on an aeroplane. So the other part of that story was that obviously we got on the plane, told the flight attendant that I'm absolutely terrified of heights, and she was like, no, you'll be fine, like the feeling's not the same, nothing's, it's not like, you know, being off the ground. If you're scared of heights, this will be fine. And the minute that plane started to move off the floor, oh my gosh, I was in tears, I was crying. My daughter fell asleep, so I couldn't even pretend, you know, like to be like, oh, look out the window, look at, we're going on holiday. Like, she's conked out, 2 years old, and I weren't sitting with my friend. Like, we were in different parts of the plane, but my friend saw me crying and she shouted down the plane. She was near the front and I was near the back. She was like, look, Auntie Leanne's crying. Everyone on the plane turned around and was looking at me, so that made it 10 times worse. So yeah, that was my introduction to you know, going on holiday, my first little dip into travelling. So it was absolutely lovely once the horrors was out of the way. So yeah, fast forward to the following year, I kind of thought to myself, like, how can we do this again, or, you know, more travelling. So I actually did book just a little mini trip to Haven in the UK. We went there like twice within a year and really, really, really enjoyed it. First time I went, I actually paid full price. It was like in-term holiday, so it was slightly cheaper, but obviously I know now that's a lot harder for parents to do. But at the time, obviously, I had to look for ways to be able to travel with my daughter where it didn't mean, you know, we'd be out of pocket. Um, so yeah, we took our first little trip to Haven. Really, really enjoyed that. And then I came across the Sun Holidays. So I'm going to go into that a little bit more in, you know, like later videos of the kind of trips that we've had through that. But yeah, so, you know, I, as a way of trying to find alternative ways to travel where, you know, I wasn't paying extra supplements, or I wasn't kind of having to save for 10 years just to be able to go on like a one trip, I started looking for alternative ways or looking for deals. And so basically those are the things that I'm going to be sharing in my, you know, upcoming videos. Those are going to be like the tips, how to look for different things, how to look for bargains, how to, especially if you've never travelled before, just to get started, like if you've never travelled with your children, or just even solo, if you've not had a trip out of the UK or even within the UK, how to, you know, look for different things. So yeah, I am going to be sharing some tips, sharing different stories, the places that we've been, and how I've managed to do that as a, you know, a solo parent. But yeah, I just wanted to obviously introduce myself, give you, you know, that little backstory to what got me started. Simple family holiday to Spain with me and my friend. Just got the ball rolling, and we've been kind of traveling ever since, kind of doing trips and family holidays, and then moving on to more intentional travel, which is kind of what we do now. And I'll be sharing that journey kind of from the start, how it kind of changed, what we do now, and how travel is kind of incorporated into our lives now, and yeah, how travel is for everyone, you know. And if you think that it's not for you, you can't afford it, or you just don't want to go alone, or you're a bit scared to go with your kids, I want to be able to show you that it is possible, and you can enjoy travel in all different shapes and forms. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, click like, and make sure that you get those notifications when a new video pops up. So thanks guys.